Hi, it's Judy and welcome to another video. So today I am going to be talking all about my November TBR. Which I am super excited for. So I have a lot of highly anticipated books on my TBR, books that I've wanted to read for a long time but haven't got around to, and just some really good books that a lot of you guys have probably already read but I just haven't read yet, and I'm just really excited for it. I don't know if I'll get through all of these. You guys know what I'm like, my TBR kind of varies throughout the month, so I don't know if I'll stick to this exactly, but I'm really excited for what's on it at the moment. I just want to say, while I am filming this right now, it is day one of lockdown here in the UK. So because lockdown is now occurring, my TBR will probably be bigger than usual, and I will also be filming a separate lockdown TBR video because there are a few books that I have gathered together that I would like to read because I now have more time because of lockdown, but they're just not on my overall TBR now. Really weird, I know, but they will be in a separate video, so you can look out for that one as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for all the books I have planned for this month. I've already finished, I think, 4 books so far already this month. 1 or 2 were on my TBR from last month, and then 1 or 2 were just like random. But I mean, I am still reading Hunting Prince Dracula at the moment from last month, so this is part of my Vampathon TBR, so I'm not including it as my official November TBR, although I do plan to hopefully finish this, but I'm still not 100 pages in, so I don't know if I'll end up putting this down to read this stuff first. I don't know. Yeah, I am still reading this at the moment, but I got some very exciting book mail and I'm so tempted to just forget about my TBR to start it, but I will talk about that in another video because it will be in my book haul, which is coming soon. Yes, there will be another book haul. I know I only just posted one like a week or so ago, but all I do is buy books, guys. I'm a bookseller. I work in a bookshop. It's all I do. So yeah, there is another book haul coming and I will be featuring that in there because I was kindly sent it by a publisher and I really want to talk about it because it is one of my most highly anticipated releases for next year, and it's one that I'm a little bit more excited about now after reading Discovery of Witches last month, which is a nice witchy book and one of my favourite books that I've read ever. So yes, I'll talk about it then. But anyway, back to the point of this video. If you would like to see what is on my November TBR, then please keep watching. And yeah, I don't know why I keep moving my hands so much. I've noticed I've started doing that a lot. It must be like an anxiety thing. Like, I get a little bit anxious when I film, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm doing it even more now. I just painted my nails, so this probably isn't good to be picking up all of these books when some of them are collector's editions. But yeah, this is my November TBR. With all my TBRs, it's very big and very hopeful. I love a bit of optimism, so yes, and there's cobweb stuck to this from when I had on my Halloween shelves. But this is my TBR for this month at the moment, so very big. Yes, there is a little bit of everything in my TBR this month, as usual. We've got non-fiction, we've got fantasy, we've got graphic novels, manga, just all sorts of stuff. So let's just get straight into it. First up, we have Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness. So this is the second book in the All Souls trilogy, and as you will have seen in my vlogs, I recently read A Discovery of Witches and I absolutely adored it. It's quickly become one of my favourite books ever. Why does this book feel dusty or weird? Like matte in the middle and it feels really weird. I don't like it. Yeah, I read A Discovery of Witches last month and I loved it. It's one of my favourite books now, and obviously I'm excited to read the sequel. So season 2 for the show comes out in January as well, so I would like to read this beforehand because season 2 will be based off this book, I believe. There's fireworks going off outside because I'm filming this on bonfire night, which really was not clever of me, so I'm sorry if you can hear the fireworks. But anyway, I'm really excited to see where Diana and Matthew end up and all the different things that are going to happen, and I just love all the like historical elements of this book. If you've seen the trailer for season 2, because this won't be a spoiler, if you haven't and you're not interested or whatever, just skip maybe like 20 seconds ahead. But in the trailer, because I don't know what goes on in here, but all I do know is that Matthew and Diana are time traveling back to, I don't know what year, I can't remember, I want to say it's like the 1500s or something, close to that. They travel back in time, so obviously I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of historical elements to this book, and I really do like that. I like the kind of historical bits to the first book, and the way Deborah Harkness kind of takes something true and factual that did actually happen in history and then spin it to fit stories, and I really love that about her writing. So I'm very excited to see what happens in the second book. And yeah, of course this was going to be on my TBR, but this is on my TBR. I do plan to at least start it, and I'm very excited. Next we have the second book in the Vampire Academy series, and that is Frostbite by Rochelle Mead. So I read the first book, Vampire Academy, for Vampathon, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. I flew through it in like less than 24 hours, and I just feel like Rochelle Mead's writing is very easy to read. So I'm hoping to get through this month, because I think, again, I can read it fairly quickly, and I'm just curious to see what's going to happen to the characters next. So of course I've added this to my TBR. I'm not going to talk about what it's about, because it is the second book in the series, and you all probably already know what Vampire Academy is or about. So yes, this is on my TBR. Will I get to it? I don't know. I'm hoping to. I have a really bad habit of starting a series and then picking up the next book months or years later and then not remembering what happened. So I'm hoping to pick this up this month because it's still fresh in my head. But yes, I am excited to see what happens and to continue a bit of vampire goodness throughout November. There seems to be a theme here. I've already talked about 2 vampire books already, and I'm about to talk about a 3rd. So next we have a book I am very excited for, and I really do hope I get to this month. Liv from That Fiction Life has been trying to persuade me to read this book and try to even make me just totally trash my TBR last month and read this. I did end up doing that. I had a little bit of willpower for once, but I do really want to read it. She loves this series, and so does nearly everybody else on BookTube, Book Twitter, Bookstagram, everything. Book Everything. Everyone loves this series, and I have a feeling that I will be obsessed with this series. Been kind of sold to me on the grounds of, you're a big Sarah J Maas fan, you will love this. So yes, that's why I'm really excited for it, and I have spoken about this in my reading vlogs and some other things. It may be in my book haul, I think I spoke about this, which I will have linked down below, but that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So yeah, I'm not going to speak about what this book is about because I have talked about it previously. I do need to keep my phone on loud because I'm waiting for my boyfriend to text me to go pick him up in the middle of this video, so I do apologise. But yeah, this is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and it's one I'm very excited for. I am not going to tell you guys what it's about again because I have spoken about it previously, and I feel like everyone kind of knows this book already. I didn't know, apparently this is vampires in it, so yeah, another vampire book. We love that. I had no idea this was about vampires, and I guess I should have probably guessed that by the words blood and ash because they are associated with vampirism, but yeah, it didn't click. I believe this is kind of smutty and a little bit of romance in there and just good vampire fantasy goodness, and that makes me very excited. I can't wait to read this. I think it will be really cool. So the quote on the back is, captivating and action-packed, From Blood and Ash is a sexy, addictive and unexpected fantasy perfect for fans of Sarah J Maas and Laura Thalassa, I think is how you say your name. So yeah, this just sounds like my ideal book. So I'm really excited. I hope I get to it this month. Next up is a book I've actually already read this month, so it was on my November TBR and I've been excited for this for a while. This is just a novella. This is like a little side novella to a series that I absolutely love so much, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do. So this is called This Winter by Alice Oseman, and this is just another little novella that follows Charlie Spring and his sister Tori and his little brother, I can't remember his name, Oliver is his name. So this follows those 3, and this takes place on Christmas Day, and it is just a really lovely, well, not lovely because it's kind of a hard-hitting one, but it's just a nice short story really, and I really enjoyed this when I read it. I will give a trigger warning for this book. It does contain a lot about Charlie's eating disorder, so there was trigger warning for eating disorders in this book. But I feel like the way she represents them and some of the things she touches upon throughout this story are really important. I think it's really important to read those things in books, especially considering this is YA. I think it's really good that that is in there because she kind of touched upon like stereotypes to do with eating disorders and mental illness, and things like that, and I just think that's really, really important to include those things in books, especially books for younger readers. But yeah, this was just a really, really nice book. Again, I ended up giving it 5 stars, but this was on my TBR, and it's got me like feeling excited for Christmas, because obviously it's festive, it takes place on Christmas Day. And yeah, I just really, really enjoyed it. But it was on my TBR for November and I've already read it, so yeah, there was that one. So next up we have a book I have talked about previously, and it is a very, very, very massive book at the moment. Everyone was talking about this. It sold out everywhere and everyone was going nuts for it. I did briefly start it in October. It wasn't on my TBR then, but I started it. I got like 16 pages in, and then Vampathon happened and other things, and I didn't pick it back up again. But I'm hoping to get to it this month, and I'm very, very excited too. The book I'm talking about, it doesn't have its dust jacket on, and I got some candle wax on it. Oops. So the book I'm talking about is An Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab. I forgot the title then. I just call it Addie LaRue because it's easier. Yeah, it doesn't have the dust jacket on. Very, very excited for this one. This follows Addie, who made a deal with the devil, I think, to kind of live forever. But that came with a price, so now everyone she meets forgets her after so many hours. I don't know if it's after a night or something, but they never remember her. So she's basically going through this immortal life alone, and that's a basic premise for it. I can't actually remember the rest of the premise, but yeah, I don't want to reread the premise. I really just want to read this and just be surprised and just go into it that way. Pretty sure you will all know the synopsis for this, or will have already read it, because it is literally one of the biggest releases of the year. Everyone is talking about this, everyone's ranting about it, saying how incredible it is, and I've seen so many positive reviews for this book, and I'm so excited to get to it because I feel like I will love it. It is on my TBR. I do plan to pick this up pretty soon, so I think this book was maybe on my October TBR, or did I get it in October? I honestly can't remember. That whole month was so long. But I've already spoken about the synopsis of this in other videos before, but that is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. So my friend Mayana read this last month and she gave it 5 stars. She said it's one of her favourite books ever and that it's really, really good. So that's made me very, very excited to read this. It's actually not too long, so I'm hoping I can get this read this month. This kind of follows a girl, I can't remember her name, what's her name? Elle Higgins, and she has these extreme abilities, and she's in this school that's kind of like eats people alive. Like once you go in there you just never get out, and you kind of got to survive, and there's all these like creatures or something in there, and like you can't even go to the bathroom on your own, so like nobody showers and stuff, and it's just like this really scary world. I'm just here for it. It's set in a school and it's got that dark academia vibe to it, and yeah, I can't wait to read this one. Hopefully this is another one I can get to this month, because again, it is fairly short. It was one I was planning to start. I think I read a few pages of this already last month. I read like 3 pages of this last month and then had to put it down because of Vampathon and other reading commitments that I had. But yes, this is on my TBR for this month. Will I get to it? Who knows, but I'm in the mood for a little bit of dark academia vibes, so maybe I will. I don't know. But yes, hoping to read this soon. We shall see. Wow, those fireworks are really loud. Why did I decide to do this on bonfire night? Yeah, I've never read anything by Naomi Novik before, so hopefully I do enjoy her writing style, but we shall see. And next is a book I'm embarrassed to have on my TBR again, because this book has been on about 6 TBRs now, and it is really, really getting stupid, and I say every single time I add it, yes, this might be the month I finally read it, hopefully it will be, blah blah blah, and then I just never read it. Don't know why. I have a feeling when I do read this book that I will really enjoy it. I don't know, it just kind of always ends up taking a back seat, but I do really want to get to it, and it's popped back up on this TBR again. So we are here. We're just gonna, I'm not even going to talk about the synopsis because I've done it one too many times already, and you all probably have read this, already know what it is, so I really don't think there is any point me talking about it for the millionth time. But the book I'm talking about is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So I think the paperback just came out, so that's how long this has been out for, and yeah. It's on the TBR again, guys. I don't know. I hope it's the month. Probably won't be again. I'm sorry, Ninth House. I don't know why I keep neglecting you, but yeah. Hopefully I will read it this month. This is another book with a dark academia vibe to it, so I guess that would be fun to read right now, but I just don't know. So yeah, Ninth House is on my TBR for the millionth time, and maybe, or maybe not, we shall see if I get to it this month. So the next book on my TBR is another highly anticipated read for me. It is a new release and I've seen some really good reviews for this book. I really love this author's writing style and I am currently reading one of her books, so if that doesn't tell you what it is then I don't know what will. But the book that I'm talking about is Kerry Maniscalco's Kingdom of the Wicked. So yes, I am very excited for this book. It sounds like a me kind of book. I mean, it says 2 sisters, 1 murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself. Witches in here. We've got all kinds of good stuff going on. And the main character, Victoria, meets one of the princes of hell. I think his name's Wrath, is that right? Yeah. And they both must come together to try and solve like a string of murders. So I like the fact that there's an element of like a murder mystery in here. I think we've got like a romance, we've got witches and princes of hell, and I'm just intrigued and I really want to read this. My friend Liv read this and recently put up a vlog for it and I'd highly recommend you watching her video. I will have it linked down below. Her channel is amazing. Like, she's my favourite booktuber and she is an amazing person. And yeah, so you really should go and watch her vlog for this because she is the best person at giving reviews and summing up books, and she has got me very excited for this book, and the food she made in that video as well just makes me want to make it too. But yeah, I'm very excited to get to this and I'm hoping it will be this month. This is a book that I do wish I'd read in October because it is literally, you can't get a more October book than this one. So yeah, it is on my November TBR. We are carrying on with some spooky reads this month and yes, we love spooky vibes on this channel. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. I really can't wait to read about romance that includes a Prince of Hell because it doesn't explicitly say that it's a romance, but I'm pretty sure I've seen and heard that there's romance in here. So yeah, very excited for this one. Totally here for it. Then we have a non-fiction book on my TBR this month, so I am listening to this on audio. I started it last month. I don't think I will finish it this month. It's just one I'm listening to as and when I feel like it, because non-fiction is something for me that takes a lot of concentration and therefore doesn't get read or listened to very often because my brain, it doesn't like to focus on things very much. So yeah, I don't know if I'll finish it this month, but I'll certainly try to listen to some of it. I'm about a chapter in and I am enjoying it so far. It's really informative and it's really interesting. But that is The History of Magic by Chris Gosden. So I think I might have spoke about this in a haul. I honestly can't remember at this point. I buy so many books I just don't know. But yes, this is a book that is basically kind of talking about a history of alchemy and witchcraft and all those kinds of related things throughout history, and kind of summarizes it all in this one book. And yeah, you all know I like my witchy stuff and anything to do with like alchemy and all that kind of stuff, and I love the history of like anything to do with witchcraft. I just find it fascinating, and this book is kind of the book of everything in one. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Loads of people have reviewed this and gave it really good reviews, so I'm very excited to be listening to it. This is on my TBR because I will be listening to it throughout the month of November, but I just don't know if I'll finish it. Then next we have 2 mangas and a graphic novel. I'm going to fly through these. I'm not even going to give a synopsis, guys, because I've talked about these before. But the first one is a manga, and that is The Girl from the Other Side. So I talked about this in a haul, I believe, or maybe it was a vlog, but I'll have it linked down below with all the other books so you can read about it there. But it kind of follows 2 different characters who are in like 2 different sides of the fence, literally, and they kind of form a friendship that's never happened before, and it's basically about their friendship and them fighting against all odds to be friends. And I'm just really excited for this. I can't wait to read it. I only bought it recently, so yeah, can't wait to get to this. Hopefully I do this month. Then next is volume 5 of Vampire Knight. So I have only read up to volume 3, but I have volumes 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 on the way to me in the post. So all of those volumes and volume 5 are all on my TBR for this month. I plan to binge all of them. I'm so excited. I'm really enjoying this series. I've given all 3 volumes 5 stars already and I'm just loving them. So all of the rest of the volumes up until volume 10 are on my TBR for this month, and then I'll need to purchase the rest of the volumes. Yeah, I plan to read a lot of manga this month, but if you don't know, Vampire Knight follows a bunch of vampires and a bunch of non-vampires at a school trying to coexist, and then there's a lot of other stuff going on. It's really good, I'm really loving it, so that's on my TBR along with all those other volumes. And then we have a graphic novel, which is Fence Volume 1. I've spoken about this before, so I'm not gonna go into the synopsis. Not really talked about very often. I've only seen a couple of people talk about it now, so I am really intrigued to see if I'll enjoy this. And I think there's like a few volumes of this out now, and I really like the art style inside. So yeah, I'm really enjoying my graphic novels and manga at the moment, so I will probably have even more graphic novels read this month. I've already finished one this month, but this is the one that I definitely do want to get to this month, and I'm just very excited to. So yes, Fence Volume 1 is also on my TBR. So that is all of the books that are on my TBR for this month. Like I said, have some other books that are on the way, and then a bunch of books that are in my lockdown TBR, which I know is really weird to have two different TBRs, but I am a weird person, so yeah, it is what it is. I have two TBRs going on. I will upload a separate TBR for lockdown, and you can go and watch that when it's up. But yes, that is my TBR as it stands. Ambitious as always, but I am currently going back on furlough, so unless I do get called back into work early before the lockdown ends, then I have a lot of spare time, which is really nice because it gives me the perfect opportunity to get lots of reading done. So hopefully I do use this time wisely and I read all of these books and lots of other ones. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you plan to read any of these books, if you've read any of them before, and let me know your thoughts on them as well. I'm really excited to get to all of these, and hopefully I will be doing some lockdown reading vlogs so you can see me reading some of these. And yeah, I really hope you did enjoy this. Please give this a big thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, and subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!